Hello guys, it's Tampa Bay Jose reporting live from the No Feeling Spared podcast. Today, I'm gonna be honest, might be one of my favorite episodes ever. Like, unless we get Obama, but I mean, this will still be a close second.
We might get Obama.
Because my best friend in the whole entire world is here, Catherine Konech. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm good.
Isn't it kind of weird? Like,
It's weird.
yeah.
It's
That's
more
okay, we'll get
official
through it.
than I was expecting, but
It's wild.
It's lit.
How you guys feeling today?
Good.
I'm nervous.
Why are you
Nervous.
nervous?
Bucks play the Falcons.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
We'll get
Nervous.
into that later.
Nervous.
How you doing, Nathan?
I have that. We are without Dennis. Dennis is not
RIP
here.
my boy Dennis. He's in love
Yeah.
and shit. So
Don't say no. He's alive. He's not dead.
he's in love, so he went to go see his girl.
He's in love. Yeah.
He might be here later, so we'll see. He
Sure.
might be on this episode, and we're just talking shit right now.
Probably not though.
So he might just walk in at some point.
Exactly.
But we'll just keep going.
We're gonna
We'll
set
just
up
keep
another
going.
mic, and
We'll see
no,
how that
no.
goes. All right. So you say you did the trip to Europe?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess we're talking about traveling this
Yeah.
episode. But basically, so I went to Italy with my family like 3 years ago, and it was like the big culture shock, and I was like, I've never been anywhere besides Mexico, you know? It was like a big deal, got Rome, Florence, all that. And then I studied abroad in Valencia, Spain for a semester. I guess it was like all summer. And that was really cool. We got to travel everywhere. So I went to like Morocco, Africa. It was amazing.
Damn. Oh yeah, that's where you did the
yeah,
camels, right?
yeah, I rode a camel in Morocco, which
Wow.
What?
was like wild. But then we did like things like Dublin, Ireland, all that. And it was really fun and I loved it. But then this summer I went to LA. Haha. Did I go to LA? Yeah, I did. And I drove there with my mom. So we did the cross country road trip, and that was like way cooler
Really?
than going across the country or going to a different country.
You guys drove to LA?
So it was like
Wow.
5 days, maybe it was like 6 days there, 5 days back, and we like made a trip of it. So we like hit all the big cities. So like on the way there, we did like New Orleans, Houston, saw the Grand Canyon, went
Dude,
to
I was
Vegas.
so jealous. That's like my life.
What?
fucking
It was
dream.
so cool, and it was just like driving through and seeing like the different terrains and different animals. Like I
Because
saw
Florida's
animals
so
I never,
lame.
I never
we
knew
have
about.
nothing in Florida.
Nothing.
Like we go up to like
Nothing.
Georgia,
We
and
have
it's
the
everything.
beach. I know, and there's like mountains, and we drove
Yeah.
like through the desert, which was like actually wild. Like looking out and not seeing anything besides 2-lane highway for like 3
Are you in the
hours.
Cacti?
Wow.
No,
That's wild.
I did see cacti, but not on like it was like the drive to like through Arizona to
Yeah.
when we went to Vegas. It was so wild, and like even the way back we did like kind of went north and we like hit like Nashville and all that. So that was just all of Texas. But anyways, my point is now I want to drive through all the states, and I want to like hit all those before I go abroad again. Cause
Don't you have like 5 states missing or some shit?
I have
know
like
you've done,
10.
like-
Like I think I've hit like 38.
Because you've hit the whole east side, right?
Yeah, because
West Coast,
we used to
East Coast?
drive to Chicago all the time because my family's from there. I've
Really?
driven like from New York to Ohio. Like I've done like really random ones.
Yeah.
But now I like if I go back to LA, I want to like drive up the West Coast and hit like Seattle and then come back and then
Yeah.
probably drive up and over. I don't know, but it's just such a different experience because like it's whenever you go abroad, you kind of expect it to be so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like living in Spain was weirdly similar to Florida. It was super hot. There's beaches. Like it was obviously Spanish, but it wasn't like I was more like mind blown being in the same country and it looking like a completely different place than like when you fly and you're like, okay, well, it was
Yeah.
a 20-hour flight. Of course, it's gonna be different.
Yeah,
But I just think everyone needs to. I think the United States, the variety is so underrated, and I feel like we should all just
it really
road
is.
trip. And it's so
Yeah.
cheap. Like just get in your car and drive.
Literally
just
And like
drive.
my mom
Just
and I like
drive.
didn't even have hotels. Like we would drive and then we'd be like, okay, we're gonna stop in this city tonight, and we'd just go on an app called like Hotels Tonight, and it's like $20 a room for like the last ones they didn't sell.
Wow.
So it was like we would stay in the nicest places for like $20 a night, just last minute. Like, hey, can we get a room? They're like, okay, great.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so we did that, and like we wanted to do more. Like, she wanted to stay in the Grand Canyon, like at the bottom.
Dude,
And I'm like, but
like
like,
camp there?
yeah,
Yeah,
and
you
like.
I
can.
want to do that so
But-
bad.
Yeah.
So we got to the Grand Canyon. My mom, it was Mother's Day, so my mom like really wanted to do that, and like she wanted to do the helicopter ride and all that. And I was like, okay, yeah, it's Mother's Day. Like, of course we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Everyone. We got there and we just looked at the
It's just a
canyon and we're
hole.
like, I'm good. Are you good? Like, let's go to Vegas. And so we literally just went there for like 2 hours and then we just drove to Vegas. And
to
went
the
out
Grand
in
Canyon for
Vegas.
2 hours?
Yeah, because I'm like, there's only so much you can see. It's just like the a huge canyon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's not really interactive. It's like you're behind the glass and you're like, okay, cool.
Was it as pretty as everyone says it is? Overrated.
I mean,
Overrated. I heard.
I mean, I wasn't expecting much. My mom was like shook because she's like, I don't know. It's like on her bucket list.
Yeah.
It was never on my bucket list, but it was cool. I'm glad I saw it, but it's kind of like just a check mark. Like I
Really?
was more like, my favorite thing in the world the whole drive was driving to Vegas at night. We did it through at night. And so you drive through the desert and you're like, we passed like the Hoover Dam, we passed all this stuff at night, and so it's pitch black, only headlights for like 5 hours. And then you make one turn and you see Vegas, and it's like in the middle of a desert. I obviously keep saying
Yeah.
that, but it's like there's mountains over here, and then in a pit is like the most lit city you've ever seen, like with so many lights, so many things. It's just like in the
Yeah.
middle of nowhere. You don't realize
That's
that
fucking
Vegas is
wild,
like,
yeah.
Yep.
it just, I don't know. It was just like stuff like that you wouldn't see if you flew there was just like really cool.
Damn.
Then you
Yeah.
like drive in like the sunset for like 5 hours.
Yeah, we like
Oh
chased the
my
sunset
God.
because we were
What?
so, and it was like behind all these mountains. So like the
Dude,
sunset
I would
wasn't really
legit
the
cry
sunset.
if I would, like,
My mom and I were,
serious.
and then also on top of it, we were listening to the Adele album. So we were
Oh.
sitting there. My mom and I were crying because we cry every time we listen to the Adele album.
Yeah.
But we were just like sitting there like crying, and like the sunset was lasting the entire album, which is like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And so we were just sitting there. We're like, this just happened. Like we need to like remember this and appreciate it because
Yeah.
that'll never. Because it just kept like
Yeah.
every time it would disappear behind a mountain, a smaller mountain would be there, and then it would just
Look,
disappear. It was
that's
just so many
crazy.
sunsets.
That's
It was.
crazy.
Damn.
It was just that drive. That night was like one of the best nights of my life. Just driving with my
What?
mom through. The
Yeah.
desert.
Me and my family went to the Grand Canyon sometime during high school, and we stayed at this like not a motel, like this.
They
it's
have
like
like weird
It was like,
like
a B and B,
Lodge.
not even a lot, like just like this B&B in the middle of nowhere. So like you look in any direction and there's nothing. It's just on the side of the road and there's nothing else near it. Like it's just desert and
Yeah.
mountains and that's it. It's just this one little B&B.
That's fucking wild.
If you want to get breakfast
Yeah.
somewhere else, you got to go an hour.
An hour?
What?
Yeah.
It's because there's
No,
not. It's
yeah,
not.
I guess.
It's the desert. Like people are like,
Yeah.
you think the desert. I'm like, and it's this is the funny part. Is like, we were taught that we live in like a swampland, but like you don't feel like you are until you're in the desert.
Oh
and
yeah,
it's
I was
like,
about to ask. This
Yeah.
might sound stupid, but like, how hot is desert hot?
It's not.
Like,
See, the thing is, it's hot, but it's dry heat, so it's like, you don't sweat.
is it the same
that
heat
makes
as LA?
Yeah, it was probably a little bit hotter, but it was
Dude,
actually
I
windy.
hated the LA heat.
See, I loved it.
Oh my god, I would walk out and I would sweat
Okay, interesting.
instantly, and my skin was like.
See,
burning
mine was
hot.
like I would feel hot, but I wouldn't sweat.
But like
I'd rather
the
not be
morning and the
humid.
night. Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
oh
like jacket,
my-
like sweater weather.
For
at night.
real, like in the
In the
middle. I
summer.
went in the
Yeah.
fucking July, and it was like, oh my god, I felt amazing. That's all. That's like one of
It's
the
just
reasons I want to go. Like,
yeah,
live
it's just
there for real,
crazy.
for
Like
real.
I know, and I want to like, I just don't really like being a tourist places. Like my mom always gets
Yeah.
mad because we go somewhere and she's like, let's do this, this. I'm like, I hate going on the same vacation as other people. Like,
Yeah.
so I studied abroad in
Yeah.
Valencia, but I have like 8 friends who did. So like, they're like, oh, did you go to this place and this place, and did you do Morocco and did you? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, did you
Yeah.
stay in this place? I'm like, yeah. So it's like, it's cool because it's like we did the same thing across the world, but it wasn't a unique experience because everyone does it. Like everyone when they go to Europe, they'll hit Florence and Rome
Yeah.
and
Or
it
even
was-
like a little trolley. And,
yeah, and it sounds so like, obviously.
Basic.
It's
Yeah.
no, it sounds like such a stupid problem to have. Obviously,
Oh,
I'm so
that-
grateful
yeah,
for my
yeah.
experiences, but I just like
No, I know.
next
what
trip
you
I want to
mean.
go on,
Yeah.
I want to go to Indonesia and I want to go to South
Dude,
Africa and I want to
yeah.
go like so many places that people haven't explored as much as like
Yeah.
I'll go there and someone's like, did you go to this restaurant? I'm like, actually, yeah, I did. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like the world is just so big, and I feel like we could go to the same 12 places, and everyone has the same trips, and I'm like, I'll just drive. Like, I'll get in my car, I'll drive north until I hit somewhere cool.
I want to do that. Like
Let's
just
do
one
it.
day. Like
I'm like so down. And now I'm
Yeah.
like road trips. If you just know what you're getting into, like if you sit there like, okay, I'll be in the car 10 hours a day. It's not bad.
yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad at all. And then you just stop for a nice lunch, stretch your legs, and you get back in it.
Is there
Yeah.
any place you wouldn't go that like you just never want to go to?
Honestly,
I don't want to go to
I don't
Asia.
know.
Like I feel like
I want to go to Asia. I don't really care to go to China or like
I wanna go to
Japan.
You don't
right
want to
now.
go
And,
to
like-
Asia,
like
the whole
Tok-
continent.
Yeah,
Like-
no, like I'm talking about like Tokyo and what
Oh.
other big cities.
Yeah.
I don't.
Those
I-
just kind of like overwhelm me.
Super
Really?
like yeah, and I'm not like into,
Super
like,
busy
that.
and packed.
I mean, I
definitely wanna
appreciate
go
the
to Tokyo.
culture, but that's just.
Well, you
it's
can
not
still
for
go
me.
to like China and visit a smaller.
Yeah, cause I seen like some
Um,
pictures and like of China and it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm more about like the landscape and stuff like that, like just not like nature
Yeah.
itself.
I
I'm
know.
not really into like
the big buildings. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. I could see that anywhere.
I like both.
Exactly.
I like both.
I
But-
I'll like the big buildings and all that, but
Yeah.
it's like
But
I
I
just
do love
appreciate
nature.
Yeah, I
Yellowstone.
think it's like the buildings are what the touristy part is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's like cool, but everyone's looking at this versus like even when we were
Yeah.
in Blue Ridge for my birthday like forever ago,
Yeah.
we're in the middle of mountains. We're like we've never seen this. Like
I
we're
love
literally in
that.
the middle of mountains.
I would literally wake up like 6 a.m. and
and just sit outside.
Yeah.
It was so.
I fucking
And we were
loved it.
what 6 hours away. It was so close.
Exactly. It's
And it was
so
just a whole
wild, dude.
different like you could have convinced me I was across country. Like it's just crazy. how
Like it blows because from here to Miami is 4 hours, and like drive 2 more hours and you're in like mountains. It's like it just blows my mind. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, it's fucking wild. But yeah, I definitely love mountains. I just nature.
Yellowstone is on my checklist. I
I've
got.
been there.
Same.
Yeah.
Yosemite, I want to go to.
I've been there too.
Wait,
been
you've
there?
been to Yellowstone?
Yeah. My grandparents took me there. I've been everywhere. Here,
Dang.
not like the middle of the
Did
United
you go
States,
hiking
but
in
yeah.
the mountains?
Yeah.
Wow.
when I was like 9.
Did
so
you
it's-
see a
It's been a
bear?
while.
Like-
Saw. Yes, there are bears out there.
What's the craziest
Bobcats.
animal you've seen?
Saw a chupacabra.
No, those don't exist.
All right.
I don't know. I've seen bears.
Did you see
I-
the erupting?
I've seen
the erupting
whales.
volcano. that they
Whales?
got? Ooh.
Whales on the west coast, California.
Do you swim with the whale?
No, I've not swum with a whale.
I want to swim.
But
In LA, they'll just like come up and.
Did you
jump
see
you.
that volcano that they have that is like could erupt?
oh,
any-
you're talking about the one underground.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know all about that.
You
yeah.
seen it?
Well, I haven't seen it because it's underground, but
No. Like, I mean, the volcano is underground, but
Yeah.
like the top of it, I forgot what that's called, but it's on the top.
yeah, I know
It
what you're
can-
talking about.
And it can erupt like any moment.
And then we're all dead, pretty much.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the redwood forest?
Dude, I want to go there so
No,
bad.
that, I think that might be the coolest thing I've ever
so
Really?
bad.
seen. Yeah, these trees are amazing. Like they're ancient. They're huge.
There was like
It's
some like racing game when I was growing up, and they like it was through those woods, and I was like, holy fuck, like
oh no, it's
I felt so lame, but like
it's
I really
awesome.
want to go here in real life.
Yeah.
It's awesome to go to these places. Like the Grand Canyon. I went there when I was like 9 too. Like I remember being there. I mean, I know what you mean. Like there's not. You can only like take in so much. I mean, you could probably spend like half a day there and then get
You're
out.
good.
But yeah. And I went to Vegas. I mean, I was too young to like do anything, but I would definitely go back there. I would love to go back to Arizona, California. I love it out there.
Yeah.
Like here, it's different heats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer it out there though.
My
Here it's
parents had
disgusting.
their like honeymoon in Vegas.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Goals.
Yeah. But it wasn't really a honeymoon. It was like they got married, and then my mom's a big gambler, so my dad was just
Let's go,
chilling.
baby.
Nah, he didn't gamble. He just watched it. But
They ever live here in Tampa?
Hmm?
Oh yeah, they grew up here, right?
yeah, they grew up here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
was
guess,
years
yeah.
ago. Shoot, I haven't gone too much anywhere. I gone to New York. New York was amazing.
I'm going to New York in January. Right in
Oof.
the dude, I'm dreading it.
Bruh,
It's
gonna
gonna
be cold.
stupid cold.
It's gonna snow.
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
seen snow.
Really?
Never seen snow.
Yeah.
It's not as cool as you think it is.
I'm a
It
I
is
feel
your
like
first
it is
time.
when it's your first time.
Yeah.
Like, we're
Yeah.
just
First
used
time
to
it
it.
is.
It's
And
cold,
then after
man.
10 seconds,
gonna
you're
tell
like,
you.
wait, this
Dude,
is
really
I'm
cold.
dreading that so much.
It is
It's
really
just the
cold.
wind. You'll
Yeah.
turn a
I
corner, and
heard,
the wind
yeah.
will
Yes.
just hit you, and your mouth just dries
When
up.
you get off that plane and you get to the airport, oh my god, and you walk outside, I'll
Waiting
never
for a
forget.
taxi.
Oh
I'm like
my
really
god,
thinking
it was the worst.
I want to
man.
buy Tim's just for those 3 days because I feel like I'll die if I don't have.
I'm not gonna say tens, but you would definitely need to wear boots or something like that,
Yeah.
because it is brutal. Like
No,
it
you
is
don't need
really
boots.
cold. I think so.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
What?
I
Naked
went in
walks around
March.
naked everywhere, so it's like.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I think the best thing about New York, the best experience I got was like when I first got there, and when you're like on the plane, and like the pilot says like, all right, we're like 15 minutes to land, and you see the city like through the window of the plane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's gonna take your breath away, cause like it literally looks like a small island, right? Like kind of like Miami, but like you can't even see a street. Like there's buildings everywhere.
That's
And
wild.
you see the Statue of Liberty. I've seen that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you go to the Empire State Building and get to the very top.
I went to the top of it.
Yeah, me too.
It's really
Yeah.
cool.
Bro.
Nathan, you were just
Should I
there,
do it?
weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been there like 5
Um,
times.
Are you
I'm
flying
gonna-
in during the day or at night?
I don't know. I know I'm landing in LaGuardia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was trash.
No, that's
And
it.
then-
Why are you mad about
And then
it?
I'm staying in Times Square.
Oh my god.
You're staying in Times
I have
Square.
so many places.
Bruh.
There's a piano bar that's there, and the all the waiters and waitresses are like paid singers that are on Broadway, but like during the like when they're not
Okay, yeah,
performing,
yeah.
they do it and they perform while they serve you.
That's what's up.
It is the cool, and they're like any song will come on and they'll just like sing and
Just
perform
sing.
and like dance, and you're like,
Yeah.
I just need my fries. But they're like they're so but they're just like incredible, and you're like, this is technically free, and I'm just watching the show while I eat.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the piano man is amazing.
New York has so much culture, man. I'm gonna tell you, like when you go there, bro,
I want to go to Harlem.
It's gonna blow your mind. Even if you go in the bad parts, it's still like
I kind of want
way
to do that.
nicer
I kinda
compared
wanna
to
do that.
yeah. But bro, it is another thing to be around with people because it is
Oh
unsafe.
no, I'm gonna be alone.
You're going
Yeah,
alone?
it's going
No,
nice.
I'm all right, so it's for my sister. I guess her school is
yeah.
making her do some dance shit. So I'm a dip whenever they're doing
Oh,
that.
go see Sarah Madison.
Yeah,
They
I
live
am.
in Brooklyn.
Like, in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that in time? Is that? where
It's
Times Square
literally
is at?
like a 12-minute walk.
No,
from
that's
Times Square.
Manhattan.
All right, yeah. No, I definitely want to see them.
Just be
but-
careful, man, because like
No, they get hit.
like you know how you
I'm
see
from
movies.
Tampa, bro.
You know the movies where you see like the alleys and like there's like no like
Fuck
sky.
around, a rat will be my
Yeah,
Oh.
don't walk into
Oh
any
yeah, I
dark
seen a rat
alleys.
there. Rat was like
Rats
this
are
big,
huge.
man.
They're like
they're like
little
this
dogs.
big. Yes.
That's disgusting.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
disgusting. I like. I feel like
Yeah.
you've seen rats here. Like you're like okay,
Small.
but the New York
Yeah.
rats are a different rat. They are like
Bro,
small dogs.
Bro, they literally like shake trash cans. Like when they all storm out of the trash.
And they
yeah, man.
run,
They
and you're
run.
like, this thing could attack me, and like I would die.
If you take a subway, you'll see it.
I want
Yeah.
to I want to jump the little thing.
Bro,
Little
and New
badass.
York is so fucking crowded, man. It is crowded as
I'm
hell.
not looking forward to
Be
that.
You'll like
ready
Central
for
Park,
that,
though.
man.
I feel like I would.
People
Park's
move
really
fast in there. If you move slow, like people will say something to you. Cause bro, when we went to the M&M factory,
Mhm.
yeah, we went to the M&M factory. We're getting on the escalator. Me and my dad were just like talking, like, damn, this city is crazy. Some lady, like, I guess.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah. So I guess we were taking like too long to go up the steps because when they go on the escalator, they don't believe in like sitting on the
Stay
one
there.
step.
Yeah.
They believe
No,
on like
bruh.
going up the
You're
steps.
technically right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And the
Oh,
lady,
yeah.
and the lady's like, these fucking people take so fucking long here. Just walk right past us, and we were like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? We went to a Chinese restaurant. The Chinese guy was mean as hell. He was like, so what do you want? We were like, bro, we're new here. Like, but it's nice, man. The Chinese food there is amazing.
I don't
Yeah.
eat
It's
It's the
Chinese
best
food.
Chinese
Pizza.
food ever. And the
I'm-
pizza is
the
amazing.
dollar slices. I'm
Hot
waiting
dogs,
for that.
everything.
Everything.
Hot dogs.
New York is, bro. I plan to go back really soon, man. Just like to go there and have fun and skate and hopefully go to school there after like USF.
Really?
Columbia, yeah.
What?
You're trying to go to Columbia?
I mean, hopefully that's like a dream, but if not, I'll just try to like go there and take pictures.
Chill on campus for a little bit.
I mean, if I'm allowed on campus.
But yeah.
Nah, New York is cool, man. If I can go to any school in New York after USF, shoot, I'll take it, man.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I mean, yeah, I'm excited. And
It's,
then-
New York is definitely a place. Ironically, as much as I don't like being out too often, it's a place that I probably would like to live. Like just for, like not live, but like
we're
stay
like
there.
gonna supposed to live there,
We were
but I
gonna-
feel like, yeah, I feel like it's way too crowded. And it's
See,
just like,
I grew up like wanting to live in New York, and then I
Yeah.
kind of like, I don't want to say grew out of it, but then I realized like what I actually prefer, and like LA is way more my pace.
yeah.
like-
I feel like LA would probably be like more for me.
It's just
yeah.
so much
Have you
more
been to
chill, and I get
LA?
stressed out.
I've never been nowhere on the West Coast.
I feel like LA itself is so overrated. It's so overrated, but like Santa Monica and Malibu and like the
Yeah.
along the beach. Oh my god.
Because also everyone considers everything LA.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
you're like
yeah,
an
yeah,
hour
yeah,
away, and
yeah.
like, oh, I'm from LA,
No,
and
I'm
it's
just
like,
talking downtown LA is beautiful. Don't get it twisted, but it's just like there's so many homeless people, and it's like
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
the homeless population
Yeah.
is like.
You know, it's because it's so
Wild.
expensive to live there.
My dad
Yeah.
was saying that,
Everyone
'cause
who's
he
under
went
the
to
poverty
LA,
line
he
has
said it's
been
really
just
sad.
pushed
dude,
under.
I took a wrong turn, ended up in Skid Row. I'm like,
Ooh.
what the fuck am I going
Skid
through right now?
Row.
That shit was wild. Did you go? You passed through it, right? Skid
Yeah.
Row? Yeah. No, that shit.
My brother, when he visited, he's like, "Can we just like drive through Compton?" I'm like, "Fuck."
Compton? Oh, no.
I was like,
Did you do it?
I think he went with my
I
car.
kind of want to do that.
I
It
was like,
and
I'm gonna
that's
go.
another thing. Everything's
Mm.
so close, but the traffic makes it so far. I'm like,
Oh yeah, it took me an hour to get to work every morning. It was 7 miles. Like I'm like I
What?
could 7 miles, and it took me like at the shortest an hour. I had to
I'd
leave
like
an
that
hour
bitch.
early.
for real, I'd be like,
But my thing, like, it doesn't. Traffic does not
yeah,
bother me.
yeah.
To me, I'm like, it's worth it. Like, I'd rather have lived downtown
Mhm.
than live closer and had a 20-minute
Damn,
drive.
from your house to where you worked was 7 miles?
hmm
Takes an hour. I can believe that. I know LA has the worst traffic ever.
I didn't.
And it's weird because it's not standstill traffic. It's always just like 5 miles an hour. You're just rolling. But I mean, I
That
I
sounds
prefer
horrible.
it because I'm like I just kind of am like, you have to be aware of it, but you can people watch and eat. I eat my breakfast every morning.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just
Damn,
chilling.
that's wild.
New York is combusted. It's like there's traffic, but it's like you can't even get mad. 'Cause
There's just so many people.
Yeah, there's just
there's nothing to avoid.
yeah,
it,
there's nothing you could do, man. The taxis are the worst. When you take a taxi, bruh,
I'm not taking
you okay?
Wild. They're driving.
No, everyone.
Fuck no.
Everyone
Man.
doesn't give a fuck.
Dude, you're
Try
probably
it.
gonna have to take a taxi. I mean, you might as well.
No,
It's part of the bucket list. Yeah.
I Ubered everyone.
one. I'll take one. So from the hotel
From the
to
airport.
Bro,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
taxi driver drives like somebody that's like 16 that just stole a car. Like, bro, I was like, oh.
And the
my
fact that they
God.
don't have that many dings on the cars, I'm like, we're gonna hit. Like, I'll be in the taxi and I'll look over. I'm like, we're for sure touching that car. But
Yes.
there's like,
Yeah.
they just maneuver it so well. I'm like, I can't look 'cause
Oh
it
my
stresses me out.
God. And like they'll make the sharpest turns, and I'm like, what? Like then we'll
I
shake.
think technically it means that they're good drivers.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
just
Because
how
they
they've
can
learned
do
how
it.
to drive.
For us,
yeah.
like floor drivers obviously suck, but I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
someone's like 12 feet, I'm like too close.
Are we really that bad at drivers though?
Yes.
Yes.
I
feel
know
like
we're
I
like
grew up- well,
top
I-
5
like-
worst too.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah, we're definitely top 5.
Easily.
I
Because
know
bro.
Worst
Miami
spot.
is god awful.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, Florida, man.
It's also just like the driving test that we have is
Yeah,
so much
it's
different than like
terrible.
even in Chicago. My cousins like they know how to. I barely know how to parallel park, and that it takes me like
Yeah.
a minute.
People up north drive way better. I
Mhm.
swear. Dude, New York, I didn't see like really any accidents. Surprising. Like I didn't see like cars hitting.
They
Like
don't have time for accidents, dude.
no,
They
but
get hit, they're-
no, but if you go
Just
like
keep it
if you
moving.
go into like the neighborhood areas like Brooklyn and Manhattan, like there's people driving a lot.
And they're also like aware. Like no one's on their phone.
No.
It's like everyone's like
no.
gotta get here
Yeah.
real quick, and they all pay attention.
You'll like it, man. I think you'll like it.
I'm
like
sure
it.
I'll like it. I just
You might
wouldn't
not
want-
meet the nicest people, but you definitely be around like
They can get,
yeah.
they can get hit. It's no problem, dude. I'll take them all.
You're not gonna hit anyone.
It's not wise, bro.
I'll fight them all.
Oh, speaking of New York, I got my car from New York. My car's
Oh
from
yeah, I
Brooklyn.
remember. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bruh, it's just nah. It's a different type of hood over there, bruh. They will like rob you,
We're
bro.
not from Florida, bro. I don't have
All right.
hair.
Man. you don't know that one. I'll
But,
stay away from
yeah.
that.
And then Seth, my friend Seth, he's going to the Marines and he's stationed in San Diego, so I'm probably gonna go there.
Oh,
Oh,
shit,
sweet. San
that's
Diego's-
what's up.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm probably gonna visit him there and then Spain.
Got
Visit
some
him.
boys over there in San Diego Station in the Marines.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I'm
what's
excited
up.
for that.
He'll like it, man. I mean, Brooke liked it. He just said like all you do is just you have a lot of money that you can't like spend on anything. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And then you just party. That's
Really?
it. Yeah.
I think I'm going there for spring break.
For real?
San Diego.
Shit. I want to go to San Fran too. I heard that's really cool.
Yeah, I've been there.
I want to go to a 49ers game so bad. I'm sorry, their stadium is just so freaking nice.
No, but it's not Candlestick. Candlestick, right?
Candlestick?
We're
Th-
talking
that was the name of the stadium.
He's talking about the stadium. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
it's a new one now.
It's a new one. It's not the old one.
Oh, what?
I'm so mad I didn't get to go to the Coliseum.
Damn.
Like we were right there.
That's such an
Where?
historic
USC in
fucking
LA.
stadium.
Oh.
man.
It's the USC stadium.
Yeah.
And the Rams.
Yeah, I lived like 7
I
minutes.
know.
from
We
USC.
were right next to it. I'm like, yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. I just
Yeah.
never got to it. But yeah, San Fran. I want to go. I want to go to the what's that little island? Alcatraz.
Yes, the prison. What used to be. The
But-
prison.
For
See,
me,
that's one place I don't want to go.
but for me, I like the Caribbean, so I like Jamaica. I want to go to Haiti.
I want to go to Hawaii.
Yeah, I love to swim,
Oh,
so it's
so,
like
yeah.
I love to go to places like that.
The
Like,
oceans.
swim and eat coconuts on the beach. Like that's for me, man. That's just I like.
I don't
to
think
do.
you eat coconuts.
No, he eats coconuts.
Oh no.
Yeah, you
I'm
eat
from Cuba,
coconuts.
bro. I'm dirty.
You eat coconuts?
Yeah. I do shit like that.
Alright.
But
Nah. So you
Wait.
go to
There you go, man.
so you go to FSU, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you in your 4th year?
I'm a senior,
Senior?
which is crazy.
Life.
So are you ready to leave FSU?
Yes and no. I mean, whenever I was gone for the summer, I almost didn't want to come back because I was like, I had like a
Yeah.
taste of the real world and like driving to work every day and how it would be and like
Yeah.
my future job. So I was like, okay, like this is great. I kind of just want to stay. Obviously, it was
Yeah.
good. But now being a senior and being 21 and I live in my sorority house, the haunted one. We'll talk about that. But, I live in my sorority house, so I live with like 37 of my best friends, like actually. So it's like nice and it's just different than it's been every other year.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Do you like it? So when you first came in, like the idea you had and then, is it the same now?
I don't know. See,
What do
I'm
you
sure
mean?
you've
What do you
heard
mean?
this. Like, FSU is really big adjustment from anybody. So FSU's, the culture there is just really...
Dude, it's wild.
It's wild, and it's not even that it's, like, it's crazy party, yeah, but it's also just, like, cliquey and very, like, everyone has clout and everyone's super facey. It's just, like, it's just a whole different, like, it's like, how do you do that? You're in college. Like, you know, it's like, how do you know everyone when there's thousands of people here? It's just like, I don't get it. So it was like very like intimidating. So some girl actually met a few days ago. She's like, oh, you go to FSU? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, do you like it? And I was like, yeah, I love it. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah. And she was like, oh, everyone I know there like transferred. I'm like, because it is like my best friend Brenna actually came with me freshman year, and then she ended up transferring home because it's just like it is a big adjustment, and I don't want to say Greek life is like the way to do it, but it's definitely the way to have as many friends in the beginning, and like having like 300 friends in the first week that I like wouldn't have had. It would just be so much hard. Like it's not necessary, but it was easier for me to like find my people when I was like eating lunch and dinner with the same people every single day, and I had kind of automatic friends. But it's just definitely a different atmosphere, and it's sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it, but
What
honestly,
do you hate about it? What do you hate about it?
the faciness and like like FOMO, like
Oh, yeah.
it's like if you're not doing the coolest thing, like everyone's kind of like, what are you doing? Versus
Really?
like, yeah, like, I mean, people do go out a lot, but it's not even going out. It's like, even the library is facey. Like, it sounds so stupid, but it's so true. Like, ask anybody. Like, Stroh's is our library on campus, and it's packed all the time, and people are there, like, watching Netflix because they just want to see their friends. It's like, genuinely, like, I'm not kidding. It's wild.
No.
And going on campus, you'll see a bunch of people, and going out and just like going on fraternity formals and like just so many stupid things that don't matter matter so much.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like skews your perspective of like what's important. And so like sometimes it's easy to like freshman, sophomore year, you just graduated high school. Like for me, I was kind of alone because after Brenna had transferred, like I didn't have any like friends from high school there. So it was hard to like stay who I was when I had a whole new life.
Yeah.
Essentially like new friends with different backgrounds, and living in a dorm is so weird. It really is.
Yeah.
Like, it just is. I'm like, no one feels at home in a dorm.
Yeah.
And it's just like a weird adjustment, going to football games and like parties. And it was just like something I just wasn't used to. So it was kind of hard to like stay who I was. But I mean, like I've grown in different ways. And I've obviously met like amazing people that I just found my people. It was kind of hard. You hadn't have to like test the waters. Like, there's 300 people in my sorority. Like, not all of them are my best friends, but like I do have like amazing friends.
Good
there.
friends,
But it's just a whole different culture. So when I used to come back to USF all the time and just have my taste of home, but now like FSU feels like home, and now coming here is like a little weird.
Yeah.
Like being here this week, like I'm glad I came home, but I'm like it's weird because I'm like we're all like growing and doing different things, which is really cool. But everyone just like
I love and appreciate like how you've changed, but like stay the same. It's amazing. And like the first time I went up there to visit you, I like saw your friends and I was in love with them. Like you just met like amazing people, and they keep like it was just amazing to see that. I feel like my friends here, like I don't know, I love them to death, but definitely can do better, you know.
Wow.
Not like that, but like
if anyone's listening,
It's-
Jose
not-
thinks you're fucking
not like
shit.
that at all. 'Cause
I think he means like growing, like meeting different people.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Like,
obviously, I have my
the,
best
like
friends.
your
here,
the
but-
roommates were the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
And like
And like they made me better. Like I was just talking about this last night, but I'm like, I'm the same as I was in high school, but don't want to say I'm a better version of myself, but I am. Like I'm just like
Yeah, you
more
are.
intentional, and I'm more considerate, and I'm more like, I think thoughtful in other people. And like in high school, it's kind of easy to just get caught up in what you want to do and what you're doing and
Dude, I was
what your best
dicks
friends are
in
doing.
here.
Yeah, so I'm like, I feel like looking back, I'm like, okay, people may not have thought I was the nicest, but it's not that I was mean. I just wasn't considerate and I wasn't thoughtful, and like I'm aware of it now. And so like sometimes it like makes me upset. Like looking back, I'm like, okay, it wasn't like, but it was just because the people I met in college were so considerate and so thoughtful that it like
It's crazy.
I was like, this is
yeah.
what friendship is. Like this is what like putting in work. Like friendships are relationships. Like you need to put in work. You need to put in like they make me better. I make them better, and they have taught me different things. So it's kind of cool saying that and meeting so many different people. Like also it's true because a lot of my friends are from like private schools or from up north, and then my friends from high school come visit and they're like, who the fuck are these people? Like they're like never seen a fight day in their life, and my friends started the
That's
biggest
wild.
brawl at Potts one night, and they're like crying. Kaylee's like crying, and she's like, we need to leave. I was like, no, it's fine. And like sometimes I'll say something like, where did you come from? Like, what life did you have before this? And I'm like, it's just funny because we're all so different, but
Yeah.
now like
Yeah.
it's just everyone's backgrounds are just so different. It's funny.
Hey,
That's
shout out to Chamberlain, man.
That's
Most
cool.
diverse shit ever.
Do you ever
Sure.
sometimes feel out of place at FSU sometimes? Like sometimes you sit back and think like, today's just not the day, or like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I think
sometimes
it was
like
freshman year.
like sometimes like you get to like a, I don't know, like a formal party or sorority or something like that, and like one day you're just like, I don't know about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, freshman year definitely, because I didn't have like my people. Like I met a bunch of good friends, but like looking back now, like me and them are just friends now. We're not like
Yeah.
they're not my
When'd
go-tos.
you meet like Sarah and Kaylee and them?
I met them freshman year, but I met them all at different times, and so we kind of started clicking like Christmas time. So from
Okay, yeah.
August, like my first 2 months when people are like dragging me out, and like older girls like kind of like lead us because they
Mhm.
obviously know we're
Yeah.
scared freshmen. So I'm hanging out with like these older people who are taking me out, and I'm like, I've never been big into partying, so it was weird when people are like, let's go out on a Tuesday, and I'm like, what? And then like, and I would, because I'm like trying to meet friends and trying to
Yeah.
like be fun, but like, and then everyone's like drinking and blacking out, and I'm like, that's just so not me.
Yeah.
So I was like, I felt like I was lame. So FSU like
Yeah.
in the beginning made me feel really lame, and it made me feel like I wasn't fun,
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't do what everyone else did. But
Yeah.
now I know like I have my friends who are just like me, and like we'll go out on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we'll have a great time. But I don't feel like
the need to get blacked out.
yeah, and like then I have a group of friends that go out every night, and I'm like, Godspeed, like I will drop you off and pick you up, but
Oh, no.
I'm gonna just stay in bed, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of tried to like find. I think it was like easier when I found people that were more like me to be like,
Yeah.
okay, this is okay, and like even in my sorority, I'm like, I get to hang out with them and do all this stuff.
That right there is probably the best feeling. Like when you find someone that they just understand like when's the mood. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
you ever get to some like a party and like you look at your friend like man, this is just like nah, we're not about to get like trashed or anything
Yeah,
like that. You know?
I wish you guys could meet like Sarah and Kaylee. They are the best people in the entire
Yeah,
world.
and it's
I
like,
love them
and it's
so much.
like it's cool though too, because I'm still meeting new people. Like
Yeah.
so my roommate this semester,
Oh,
like we've been
yeah.
in a sorority every semester. We're in the same friend group. Like we were always in the big, probably like 30 people friend group of like we'd always kind of hang out, but we were never the ones making the plans.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we like kind of randomly roomed with each other in the house this year, and now she's like my best friend in the whole world. So it's like
Yeah.
it's just funny that I'm still making best friends, and I'm still making connections with people that I've known for 4 years, and I've like hung out with them a million times, but I just didn't realize how much we had in common. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just all different.
That's a great feeling. That's a great feeling. So when you're done with FSU, what's your plan after?
My girl's running the world. She is the world. I'm telling you.
As of now, I think I'm gonna go back to LA and work at
Really?
Fox. Yeah, it's like very unofficial, but they kind of like when I left, they were like, "This isn't a goodbye. See you later. Like
Yeah.
don't forget." Like basically, like we'll find. One of them was like, "We'll find a place for you. Don't worry. Like you're coming back." So it's kind of like very unofficial, obviously, and things could change. I don't have my heart set on it. I'm very like whatever happens, happens, and I'm
Yeah.
like.
No, that's true.
Yeah, I'm so like I could
Me,
live
I'm
in
the same
Kentucky.
way.
I don't care. I'll
Yeah.
be wherever like the wind takes me, and I know it's gonna be right. So I'm like not stressed about it.
Yeah.
Same way. Yeah.
And I'm gonna graduate without a job because that's just how my major is.
That's life.
Exactly, and I'm
For
like I'm
all
prepared
of
for it. Like
us,
I'm not stressed.
yeah.
Like I have friends who are literally right now stressed about finding a job for May, and I'm like networking, going on these trips, and doing all these
Yeah.
dinners, and I'm like, I support you, but it's just like not my path. So I'm not gonna stress out with you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
For
like
sure.
enjoy my senior year,
Yeah.
but. So it'll all be fun, but who knows where I'm gonna be. in
So
the
speaking
future.
of LA, talk about how you were on the jumbotron.
Oh yeah.
Wait, in New
my
York.
dog's gonna
Yeah.
roll around like no big deal.
So very long story short, so I worked in the publicity department at Fox Broadcasting, so all the TV shows. So we kind of did all the new and upcoming shows to gain publicity and knowledge of all those. So one of the days they were doing a gallery shoot for our show 911, and basically it's like taking all these like videos and pictures for promos for like things like that. So like little commercials, little like side things on Facebook, in magazines, whatever. So I was just running it. I was like working it, like checking in. So they had like all the actors, but then they had a bunch of extras there. And so I was checking in the extras, like getting them into their costumes, because basically it's like a first responder show. So like all these people like were injured, so they had to get like fake blood on them, da da da. And so I was just like helping with that. And then one of the producers like came up to me and was like, "Hey, like we don't have anyone with like green eyes. Like, do you want to do?" Because it was like focus on like the eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm like laughing. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
haha, like funny, Jamie. And he's like, no, like dead serious, like ask if you can do this. And I'm like, I'm literally working, but whatever. Eventually, I asked my boss's boss's boss. Like literally, I'm of course
That
I'm not gonna
connection,
talk to him,
yeah.
but he was like, oh my god, do it, that's so cool. He's like, and then he was like making a joke after because he was like, of course, like you would on your first,
Right,
like my
exactly.
first shoot working. He's like, now you're behind the camera. I'm like,
Yeah.
so not me, but okay. And then so I ended up doing it, and they had me act. Like this is a video. It's not even a picture. It's a video.
I did not know you were
Oh my
acting.
god, I'm crying. It was literally like, and then of course I was the first one to go. I couldn't watch anyone else and be like, what are they doing? You know, and like figure it out.
Yeah.
So they had me like behind this like very close camera, like this close, because it was just like the face.
Yeah.
And I had basically the producer just like saying all these emotions, like.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm like crying because I'm like everyone's watching me too.
Yeah.
Like I'm in front of everybody. I'm in front of
Yeah.
my boss. I'm in front of like the actual producers, like the photographers, and I'm like, okay, awesome. And he's like, act like relieved. And I'm like,
Can you act relieved for me real
yeah,
quick?
No.
I want to see it so
No.
bad.
I was literally freaking out, and then I was kind of like I was being serious, but I was like, I know this isn't not right, but like I'm not an actor. Like of course I'm not. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
and I don't even know what's going on. And so afterwards they were like, you did great, you did great. I'm like, haha, like of course, like I know I didn't, but it's fine.
Yeah.
And they're like, if we use you, like we'll let you know. And I'm like, okay.
Oh,
And there was
God.
like
Yeah.
60 extras because there was one every like few hours. There's 20 new ones. So I'm like, they're not gonna pick me, and they only use like
Yeah.
8. And then my friend that I worked with like literally randomly texted me like a few weeks ago and was like, your eyes are on Times Square, and just sent me that video. And I was just like,
Wow.
number one, why did they use me? Like it was just
Yeah.
funny because I'm literally in my work clothes. Like I didn't even get hair and makeup. They were just like, okay,
Yeah.
just do it. I'm like, okay, cool. But it was really cool. Obviously, like a really cool experience. And the funny thing was, my mom and my dad separately were in New York that week, so they both saw it in person, which is really cool. It was just like a
Wow.
random
That's
thing,
what's
but
up.
like we haven't been there in so long. My mom was there with her boyfriend. My dad was there with his wife. Like completely different
Yeah.
trips, and they were both there, and they both saw it in person. And
That's
like
dope.
Sarah and Kaylee went and saw it. It was just like cool because it was like even if I didn't see it, it's like still cool to be there. But like people I know are like this.
Yeah.
But my dad like took a video of everyone watching it, and it's on the biggest screen, and like everyone was watching it, and I was just
Yeah.
like, he's like, you don't even understand how cool this is. I'm like,
You gotta frame that. You gotta frame that.
I know it was.
I
It
have
was
it framed
such.
already. Like it's in my room. On my
Room?
wall. Yeah.
It's on your wall.
No, that's awesome. Congratulations, though.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's
The start
pretty
of
sick.
my
Your
acting career.
Oh yeah.
Wait, speaking of acting, did you meet any actors?
I did.
Oh,
Ooh.
I met a lot of people, but I hate like
All of
name
them?
dropping. I didn't name all. I didn't meet everyone. I didn't meet any Kardashians. I was sad about it, but
Good.
Oh, no.
that's the only ones I was like, oh crap.
She, Tyler, the creator, was driving, and she like saw him.
Really?
Windows down. He was like next to what's that? Fairfax.
Yeah,
Fairfax.
Fairfax.
Oh yeah,
Like
his
his
shop's
shop,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, shop's
It's
there.
funny because he lived, and my friend, so the guy who's actually like videotaping me while I was acting, me and him became best friends because we started talking that shoot, and then he works every shoot since.
Yeah.
So we started hanging out. He's like my like best friend in LA, and he lived in Fairfax. He's like, yeah, like you're gonna see Tyler. I'm like, I don't think so. He's like, no, like I
No.
promise you'll see
Yeah,
him.
he's
Like,
there. He's there a lot.
Yeah, he like
yeah.
lives there, but he like, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And we went and we saw him, and I was
Yeah.
like, does he
Yeah.
just drive around with his window down all the time so people just spot him?
Dude, nice ass McLaren, dog.
Yeah, I
Oh
know.
my god,
He
that
was
shit was
zooming.
gorgeous.
You know what's funny? I was talking about this a couple weeks ago. You know skate park in Tampa, right?
Yeah.
Who was his friend? Jasper.
Yeah.
Jasper was there. This was years ago, man. No, actually, I think Tyler was there too. But this was like, they had a show like right when they first like blowed up, and they were there at Spot, and I remember that, man. I was there.
You were there. You saw him
Yes,
perform
yes.
there. Oh, okay.
No, he didn't perform. No,
Oh,
he was there
skate. Okay.
skating. Yeah. This is when he had like the the panel hats, but he had
Yeah.
like the fat green shoes and stuff like that. I was just thinking like, dang, like that dude's
So
really.
you were there when he was skating, like.
Yeah, but when he
Okay.
was skating, it wasn't it wasn't like, okay, Tyler the Creator's here, like,
Yeah.
because nobody really knew who he was.
Yeah.
But he was skating there, yeah.
You talked to him at all?
No, I didn't know who he was, bro.
Oh, I
yeah,
thought. Okay,
yeah,
I, thought you
I didn't know who
did.
he
Okay,
was.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
this is probably like right after Bastard.
Oh damn.
Yeah, this
Alright.
is like this is like 2000 like
Fuck, that's crazy.
9, yeah.
Didn't you see Lil Wayne there too? Or
Many times.
Yeah?
Many times.
he owns it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I seen him in the shop. He had like one security guard with him. One time, this was like during Tampa Pro. It was like probably like in the afternoon. I was walking and like I was like, oh shit, is that Wayne? And then it was just him like just standing there. And I was like, what the fuck? So I was trying to like take a picture like behind him, like on some weird shit,
Yeah.
like pointing at him. But I was like, nah, man. But yeah, I've seen Wayne there a lot.
I love, man.
He's
I'm
cool,
gonna meet
man.
Lil Wayne. I need
He's
to
cool,
meet Lil
man.
Wayne.
He's really short. I didn't realize. I thought I was
Yeah.
short, but like he's pretty short, dog.
Really?
Yeah, he's pretty short.
We saw him at FSU. He comes out in his FSU jersey. I've never looked anything
You
more.
know he
in my
was
life.
pissed off after that?
Why?
Why?
Because he didn't, like, sell it out. Like, they didn't promote it well enough, and he didn't
Well,
sell
it's
it out.
a homecoming concert.
I
like,
know,
nothing-
but, like,
Yeah.
I was last time I went, I was with some Uber driver, like, yeah, I saw Lil Wayne there. He's like, because of that show, he's never come back here again. I'm like,
How does he
What?
know that?
huh?
It was
How does that
also
work?
it was pretty packed.
It was packed.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that show was amazing. Like, what?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I guess they didn't promote it well enough. He didn't sell it out, so he's like, just
There's
doesn't
no
want to come
promoting
back.
it. It was a free game, a free concert.
He's cool, man. When I saw him in the
He was
shop,
amazing. I
He
love
was-
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know him like that, but from what I seen, like with my own eyes, he seems like a cool dude. Cause kids were coming up to him, like, yo, want to take a picture with me? He was like all for it.
That's
He
what-
wasn't like on some like I'm just here at the skate park. Like he was there.
Yeah, I was saying, I was like, he's the happiest person in this building
Yeah.
right now. Like, he's
Bro,
the,
he
having
was
the best
smiling
time.
the whole time, like while he was in the
Yeah.
shop.
That's
Like
what's
he had
up.
on those shades, he had
Yeah.
that cup. I was like, oh my god, bro. Like,
Probably
that's-
high as fuck.
Yes.
Alright,
Smelled
yeah.
like weed. Like I
Mhm.
was like, that's fucking Wayne.
Okay, wait. What's the best concert everyone's ever been to?
Oh my god, I can't.
You have to name one.
I don't
I
really
Or
go
two
to
if you
concerts.
have if you have to
Okay,
name two.
alright.
For me, it's a tie. I don't know. It's so hard. It's my mood, how I'm feeling. Adele and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
I would
Oh
have to
my
say
God.
the best concert
Actually,
as far as rap goes. I probably would have to say. I definitely have to say Drake. When I went to see Drake in Future, that was like I've always thought, like he'll tell you, I've always think Drake is like, you know, the best artist. But when I saw him perform for 3.5 hours and just like hit after hit after hit,
Mhm.
and then I saw like the audience of like the diversity, people with like, you know, diamonds between their eyebrows with turbans. You got girls in there, you got pimps in there, the streetest dudes, you got people like me, just weird. Like it was just like, man, like I've never seen nothing like that. So I would probably say that was probably the best show I've ever
Yeah.
been to. Yeah.
I can't really compare. The only real concert I've been to is Metallica.
What?
Yeah,
What
I-
the fuck?
I mean,
Field trip.
Lucky,
I-
man.
How old was
When
I?
did you go to this? Why don't you?
Dude, I was like 12 or 13. My uncle.
Well, that's
took
even
me.
crazier.
It was so loud.
Bro.
I'll never forget it. It was.
My sister would kill you, man. My sister is
it was
dying
awesome.
to go to
Yeah, I
Metallica.
used to love Metallica. I mean,
Where,
I
still
love
it.
Where was
Metallica.
the concert?
It was at the arena.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was awesome. I'll never forget it.
What about you?
That-
Bleep,
I don't
bloop,
really
blap, blap.
go to concerts.
Blap, bloop, bleep, bloop?
Well, I saw.
Skrillex, bro.
No, I mean, I think
Zed.
even if you don't like electronic music, I
That
think
counts.
you should go to at least one.
I want to go
festival
to what's the
just
big
to
one?
experience it.
Ultra. I wanted to go just experience
That's
that.
the one in Miami.
Yeah, I'm not trying to pay though, so.
Yeah, just
I
go
was
to like
thinking-
SMF. It's a good experience. Just like
Yeah, no,
just
I'm just
a
talking shit.
huge crowd of people. You're all like sandwiched in, but like you don't even like feel anyone around you after you're there for like 3 hours, and they're just like,
I know, I feel it. We're tripping.
no,
Haven't
no, you
people-
haven't been there.
Haven't people died there?
People die. People
Probably.
die at concerts all
But that's
the
because
time.
people do like
drugs.
Molly shrooms and then get
Yes.
drunk before they go.
That's
No
worth
thanks.
it.
What about you, Jose?
I already said
Oh.
Adele or Jay-Z.
Oh,
but
I-
I think it's Adele just because of the.
Oh
whole
man,
trip
I
itself.
definitely want to go to Adele. But I'm not
Adele.
gonna lie, like when I was like 6, no, I want to say 7 or 8. I think it was one of my first concerts my dad took me to. Dude, it was Foxy Brown, Jay-Z, DMX.
Oh, isn't that with what's his name too? The pedophile.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
But but Jay-Z had beef with somebody who.
R. Kelly.
Yeah, it was R. Kelly, and then R. Kelly was supposed to be there, but this was like right before the beef, and R. Kelly wasn't there. So Jay-Z, dude, this is crazy because this is before Jay-Z was like Jay-Z, and like
Oh, no,
Jay-Z.
you're still Jay-Z. You're tripping.
No, like we're talking about before the Blueprints because Foxy, it was,
that was before
no,
the
it was DMX's show,
Oh.
but Jay-Z was opening up.
Yeah.
So like,
That's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
and Foxy Brown, like,
Yeah. Fox
bro,
Brown,
and then, so Jay-Z brought out P Diddy, and then like the crowd went crazy.
yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
I've been so close to Diddy so many times. Like it's
P.
weird.
Titty.
P. Titty.
Really?
Yeah. I walking in Miami one time, he was next to me. When I went to Rolling Loud, he was like this far away from me. Like,
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just crazy. But what about you, Katarina?
Oh my
It's
bad. I feel
hard.
like I skipped you or something.
Oh no, you're
No.
fine. I've been okay. Country concerts are a whole nother category because they're
Country
great,
concerts are
but
cool too.
country concerts are, and I've been to
The
so many
tailgating is-
festivals
yeah.
where it's like I've seen like 20 of my favorite people, so it's like fine. But I would say concert, Adele or probably Post Malone, because
I gotta
Jeez.
see Post
In
it was in the Hollywood Bowl,
Yeah.
and the same thing. It was the atmosphere. Like, of course, he was great,
Yeah.
but it was the atmosphere because everyone around you, like, I've never felt good vibes in my life.
Oh my
Besides
god.
that, like,
yeah.
everyone was like hugging each other and like
Oh,
Yeah.
crying, but in a good way. And
I feel like that's why I
Yeah.
want to go to one of those EDM shows because I feel like the vibes there.
You
are
might
just,
discover something about yourself. that
Really?
You didn't
Never
know was
mind.
there.
Really?
It
No,
was-
that's real. That's real.
Dead
That's
ass,
real.
man.
It was just like
That's-
so positive, and then he brought out Justin Bieber and G-Eazy. It was just like the
Oh,
most.
what?
Because it was in LA, and like it was his last tours or last stop in the tour. So he's like, "We're going all out," and he played for so much longer than he had before, and it was just like one of those things that it was so surreal, and we were like, literally in the Hollywood Bowl, you're sitting there, and it's like an outdoor venue, so it's almost like.
That's another thing I'm mad at. I
It's-
didn't get to see.
Almost like an amphitheater, but it's like.
It is,
Obviously
but it's
a bowl,
so
and
cool,
so
yeah.
even if you're far back, you're like above it, so you're like watching it, and you feel and it's so much smaller, so it's very like it's a lot more intimate. But you saw like literally you could see the Hollywood sign. It was just
Yeah.
it was just like the venue and then him. It was just really.
Oh
really
yeah.
cool.
Is that the Dodger Stadium?
No,
Is
it's
it-
it's just
oh.
the Hollywood.
It's like-
the
yeah.
Dodger Stadium is like a whole nother.
I'm mad at English.
Dream concerts.
Dream concerts, like Dead or Alive or just
Doesn't matter.
Alive. Damn, I want to go to Michael Jackson's show when he was like, the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, his shows were
Him, Prince,
crazy. Prince is
Elvis.
all time.
Elvis.
Oh, that
Elvis
was
would
wild.
be pretty cool. I don't know.
Shit.
Shakespeare, not Shakespeare. Beethoven.
Shakespeare concert. Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be lit.
Chuck Berry. Damn, I got so many. Yeah, I'd be here for all day if I had to say. Prince is probably like up there though.
Would you guys go to a Kanye concert if you
No.
Not
if you
anymore.
ever got back to that?
No.
No.
Never.
No.
All right,
good.
good.
I'm mad. I kind of want. I wish I went like. Yeezus looked really cool, and then I guess Glow in the Dark, right? Glow in the Dark. That's the name of the.
His best tour of all time, I would say Watch the Throne because it did the
Oh,
best.
Watch the Throne.
But I mean, as far as like what like surpassed and like shocked everyone was definitely the Glow in the Dark tour.
Glow in the Dark.
Because it's not so much him. He brought someone that nobody really like knew like that, which was Rihanna. So when you had Rihanna opening up for you and like all she has is the song Umbrella,
Mm-hmm.
I believe he produced that too. And it's like, okay, what's this? And then now
You went to that?
Glow in the Dark?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Hell
you-
no,
you
mm,
sure?
no.
Like,
My parents would not allow
yeah,
me.
fuck that. No.
The commercial he had, I'm not trying to give this man credit, but the commercial he had for the Glow in the Dark tour was unbelievable. This one he had the Nike Yeezy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I remember he was like floating in space, and it was like, it was some weird stuff. Not weird, but cool, but those were the days, man. But I don't know what's up with that dude now.
All right, we got about 5 minutes left. Do we have something else that we want to hit on? Catherine, you want to talk about your haunted sorority
Yes,
house?
let's
Oh,
talk
Oh,
about
I
it.
feel
fuck
like
yeah.
I've been talking this whole time. But okay.
Oh,
So I don't know if any of you guys have heard of Ted Bundy.
Yes.
This is kind of like very
Yeah.
not private, but we're not really supposed to talk about it, so I'll tell you what
Oh,
I
it's
want to say. So basically, Ted Bundy, obviously the serial killer.
Yeah.
He came. So actually, we just watched a documentary last Sunday because it came out.
Like, there's a house.
We at
Every
the
girl?
house we all saw it because we got a call from Nationals like 2 weeks ago, and they're like, hey, just wanted to let you know some old Gammas, which is our chapter, are going on this TV show, and they're going to talk about what happened, and like they're going to show the house, and they're going to show all the stuff. So if like reporters come, like don't talk about it, just tell them no comment, because every once in a while someone will come up and like especially during like the Greek life whole suspension, people, reporters would dress up as students and come to you like and ask
What?
about like, oh, so like are you in Greek life, like I heard da-da. And then someone would be quoted in a paper. It was like really weird. So we
Wow.
couldn't talk about anything. So like sometimes that will happen about Ted Bundy, like someone will like ask you about it and like you can't say anything.
Oh, okay. I thought they were dressing up to talk to you about Ted Bundy. I'm like, what the fuck?
They do. Well, they dress up like students so that we talk about
Yeah.
it, because
Oh,
obviously
okay.
we're not going to talk to reporters
Yeah.
about it. But so they were like, just warning. So it was on the show called How It Really Happened, and it's like a 3-part series. And
Is this on Netflix?
No, it was
No?
on TV. It was
Oh.
on like a weird History Channel maybe. But the first episode was just about him and like his previous killings, I guess. And there was 36 girls.
That's wild.
36.
Wasn't
Like if
he
you
gay?
think about
Wasn't
that.
he gay? I know
He
one of
ended
them
up
was
getting,
gay.
No, he ended up getting married to after he.
Okay.
So he 30. It was like 33 before he came to Florida State. He was in Washington State, so literally basically as far as you could get.
Yeah.
And then he escaped from jail twice.
God.
Wow.
Twice, like not just once, twice. And then he got in a car and drove across country to Florida, and then came to FSU Cayo. Basically snuck in the side door, went to the first room, beat up 2 people. One of them died. Went to the next room,
He was
beat up
crazy.
someone else. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
he did that.
he
Oh, I
went
thought he
through
was
the
like
rooms. And
friends with them, and then he just killed them.
No,
Oh,
he,
that's
like, came in-
wild.
there's like a suspicion that like he had met a girl at a bar, and she was like, "I'm gonna keep the side door open for you if you want to come sneak in." Like that's
Okay.
kind of like the rumor, but like
Damn, so that's the exact same house?
exact same hallways.
What the fuck?
So 2 girls ended up dying. One died
Ugh.
in the room, and one died in the ambulance on the way.
Yeah.
And the weirdest part is he usually kidnaps girls.
Yeah.
So the fact that he like just left, like that was the first evidence that they had against him. Technically, like they had like pieces of puzzles, and he
yeah.
like there's one girl who got away when he like kidnapped her and handcuffed her, and she somehow got away out of his car.
Yeah, he
So,
would
like-
torture him.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like that was the
Crazy.
first person who was like, this is this person and this is what he did to me, and like, yeah, there's just no people would just find skeletons. It was crazy, but
oh,
so
man,
that was the
that's
first thing that
wild.
he did, and then that he like left evidence kind of, and none of it like really made sense. Went to I think he ended up going to like 3 different rooms, but like one of them, like the girl that was speaking was the one who's like in the room with the girl who got killed, and she was like, I just woke up in the middle of the night and saw him beating her, and I had to act like I was still sleeping, and then he came over to me and started beating me. And there's like some people who
Used
just
to
don't have
beat her?
hearing, yeah,
Oh
like
my
don't have
God.
hearing, and all this stuff, just traumatizing. And then obviously he ended up running through the front door, and like some girl was downstairs like getting water and like saw a man like leaving with a bat, and then was like,
He was beating with them with bats?
it was I think it ended up being, it was a club of some type. I don't know if it was a bat or it was like she said it was like a
Oh,
bat.
okay.
But like they don't really know. It's just like everything. Like he grabbed her pantyhose and choked her with like her own. It was just like, what are you doing?
Guy's
It's so-
brutal,
That
man.
is
And then
wild.
he went down the street to like right next to Westcott Fountain and like broke into some girl's house and attacked her too. But she doesn't remember. She lived, but she didn't remember anything. Like woke up in the hospital, does not know anything.
That's
And then he ended up getting pulled over. He stole. Fun fact: he stole one of my friend's aunt who went to Florida State at the time. Stole her car. That's how he got caught. Was in her car.
That's
And
Holy
she like
shit.
yeah, she got like a police report because she had filed one because her car got stolen, and then they were like, oh yeah, well Ted Bundy
Ted
just
Bundy,
got
so
pulled over on the side of
that's
the
our
road
car
in your
now.
car. Yeah, because it was reported as missing, and then he's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a stolen car. I'm gonna pull his car over, and Ted Bundy said like, you're about to get a raise, like because he just he's like you don't
Oh,
know who
shit.
I am, but like just know you're about to get a raise,
Oh wow.
and because he wouldn't tell him
Yeah.
that was him, and they figured it out with like fingerprints or something, but isn't that crazy? And then he like got death row, but
Ugh.
Wow.
36 women, and one of them after Florida State was a 12-year-old girl. from
Oh.
my middle school.
Whoa. Okay then.
That really got me. I didn't know that.
Oh shit.
But it was right after Cayo. It was like on its way out. Like just kidnapped her from
That's
middle
crazy.
school.
Man, speaking of haunted, just to let y'all know,
We are recording in a haunted house.
Ybor City
Oh.
is haunted. There's
The whole city.
there's a hospital next to the HCC Ybor Library. It's a white building. I'm so serious. And I watched a documentary. I'm not making this up. That
Uh-huh.
this is recent too. Like I want to say maybe 6 years ago. It's haunted by some killer that used to go in there and kill the ladies and inject them like with drugs and poison them. Don't ask me why. I forgot his name. But I'll look it up later today and show y'all. But anyway, some lady, she just recently like slept in one of the rooms, and she had like this weird stomach pain that she had in the middle of the night. So she woke up, went back to sleep, then woke back up the next morning. It's like I keep having the stomach pain, and then she kept saying that she kept having like visions of like someone like injecting her and poisoning her.
Rest the shit.
So then she went to the hospital to get checked out. She got cancer, the same form of cancer that the guy was injecting. She just got cancer like randomly. Like I'm just saying, bro.
Hey man.
Look, man,
Ugh.
I believe in that
spooky
type
season.
of stuff. So this house is
It's
haunted.
spooky
So
season.
when
We're
we
safe
leave-
here, I promise.
No,
Also, this
we're
isn't
safe
haunted.
right now.
I promise you it's haunted.
At night.
But you guys are just assuming it's haunted. There's
No,
no
like,
one who died here.
We've
Let
never
us-
been here during the day.
Well,
We
Trust
haven't
me.
to yet.
This is the
Trust
first
me,
time
if you
we're.
come here at night, there's something weird about this
Yeah.
place.
Oh, like But-
Like, it's a long story, but like Dennis, he was cleaning
Oh.
out the ring, and then it's like you can't take. It's a rubber one, so it's hard to take off. And out of nowhere, it flew. It hit me.
The ring?
The ring. He was sitting right there. It flew. It hit me in the chest. I looked down. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pick his ring up. Like, that's whatever. I look down. It's not there. Blah blah blah. We're looking for like 5 minutes. Like
Lifting up everything.
moving, lifting, go on the ground. Nothing. I get over there by that red chair, and then something like just like look to your right, and we both saw it still rolling. It popped out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like literally no, it just
Dead
popped
serious.
up and it was rolling.
That's crazy.
And then I was like, what the fuck? I was freaking
Mind you, how old this house is. That's how I know there's something not right about this house. No disrespect.
out.
No, yeah.
Sitting
this-
on the house.
Wow.
Thank you for
I
letting
think
us
this house was
record.
built in the 30s or the 40s.
Yeah.
So.
That's all you had to tell me.
Well, what a great way to end the show.
Yeah, this is great.
Spooky season.
Really
Thank
is
you,
great.
Catherine, so much.
Thanks for
Thank you
having
so
me,
much.
guys, and letting me
No,
talk the whole
thank
time.
you for coming.
Thank you.
But
You gotta come back more and more.
Winter break. Be
Definitely.
there.
Beautiful.
Be square.